Hello students, in the previous video we have seen what we have studied about the digestion of food in the mouth, isn't it? Today we are going to study about digestion in stomach and small intestine. Actually what happened, the partially digested food in the mouth enters the esophagus, that is the food pipe where sphincter muscles are present. Okay, these sphincter muscles by the contraction and relaxation movement passes the food inside the stomach, and that process is known as peristalsis, isn't it? And the movement is known as peristaltic movement. Okay, now this partially digested food enters the stomach. This stomach, you can see over here, it is J-shaped, isn't it? And it is a bag-like structure because here it is collecting the partially digested food which is coming from the mouth to the stomach. Okay, now here this stomach, the walls of the stomach, okay, releases some digestive juices like pepsin and hydrochloric acid. Pepsin, the basic function of this pepsin is that it chemically digests the protein, okay, because here this pepsin acts on the proteins and digests it. But here one condition is required for the digestion of protein, that is the acidic medium. Here HCl is also produced, hydrochloric acid is also produced, okay, which makes the medium acidic, and as the result digestion of proteins can take place, okay, and pepsin can act on the proteins to digest it. One more function of hydrochloric acid is that it kills the bacteria, okay, because what happens, we take the food, okay, it might consist of some microorganisms like bacteria, okay, so this what happens here, this HCl kills all those microorganisms and bacteria, and as the result now the partially digested food in the stomach also is now free from what? The microorganisms and bacteria, microorganisms like bacteria, okay. Now this pepsin and hydrochloric acid, okay, both together acts on this food, digests the protein, okay, and as the result now the food which is in the stomach has changed into a creamy soup, and that creamy soup like substance is known as what? Chyme. So here you will see the end of the digestion which takes place in the stomach. Now the food which was like this now has become like this after the action of what? Digestive juices. The food from the stomach which is partially digested, okay, now it moves on to where? The small intestine, okay, it moves to the small intestine, okay. Here in the small intestine, you can see the small intestine is quite big, okay, it is around 6.9 meters long, okay. It consists of three parts: duodenum, jejunum and ileum, okay. Here you can see what? That the food in the small intestine, okay, it receives two juices for the total digestion of food. One is from the pancreas, okay, known as pancreatic juice, and from liver, okay, it secretes what? Bile juice, okay. This bile juice is stored in where? Gallbladder, okay. It is stored in gallbladder, okay. Now this pancreatic juice, what happens, the digested food, okay, partially digested food, it acts on it, okay, and totally digests what? The carbohydrate, proteins and fats. It digests carbohydrates, it digests, the totally digestion of carbohydrate takes place, and it is simplified to form what? Glucose, okay. Proteins is totally digested and to form what? The end product, that is amino acids, okay. And fats is totally digested to form what? Fatty acid and glycerol, okay. So here you can see that this liver which is secreting bile juice, the function of this bile juice is that it simplifies the fats. It helps in the digestion of fats. Okay, and this pancreas, okay, what does it do? It secretes pancreatic juice, which totally acts on carbohydrates also, proteins also, and fats also. So three types of juices are secreted, which acts on carbohydrate, proteins, and fats. Okay, now here, if for the digestion, this pancreatic juice, that is pancreatic amylase, acts, okay, to simplify it to glucose. Okay, now trypsin acts on the proteins. Okay, trypsin is secreted by this only, that is the pancreatic juice. Okay, and this, what it does, it digests the proteins to form amino acid. Okay, and one more juice, that is the pancreatic juice, is the this pancreatic lipase. Okay, it acts on the fat to simplify it into fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, so this is how, with the help of the pancreatic juice and the bile, okay, and other digestive juices also, which is secreted by small intestine, totally digests the food and simplifies it. Okay, and all the three, you can see the nutrients, carbohydrate, proteins, and fats are simplified. Okay, carbohydrate to glucose, proteins to amino acid, and fats to fatty acid and glycerol. So here total digestion completes in what? The small intestine. Now we are going to study absorption, assimilation, and digestion. Okay, so first, after the digestion of food, complete digestion of food has taken place in the small intestine. Okay, what happens now? This digested food is absorbed, isn't it? And it has to be, it has to go to different cells of the body. Okay, so for absorption, what happened? There are special finger-like projections or structures present in small intestine. Okay, and what is it? They are known as what? Villi. Okay, here I have shown you this the structure of villi. Okay, you can see over here. Okay, the nutrients are absorbed after totally digestion of the food. Okay, so nutrients are absorbed here. Here capillaries are present. Okay, and here, from here, the capillaries, it goes to different parts of the body, to different places where it is required. Okay, and from there, what happens after that? The assimilation takes place. Once the digested food has reached to different places, okay, what happens? Assimilation start. Assimilation is what? Here you can see that, yes, this simplest food which has been absorbed, okay, passes to the bloodstream, okay, and it goes to different cells. Okay, and here you can see what this protein, carbohydrate, and fats. I said to you, the end products are amino acid, glucose, and fatty acid and glycerol. Here these digested food materials, okay, the simplified ones, amino acid, glucose, fatty acid, and glycerol, they have different functions. Like amino acid helps in what? Building block. It means it helps in growing. Okay, now carbohydrate gives the energy. The simplest form, glucose, it helps in giving the energy. Okay, here fats, which has turned into what? Fatty acid and glycerol, it is stored in the body and helps when we require it. Okay, so it helps during the emergency when we need more energy. Okay, then what happened? Then this fat only gives the energy. Okay, so this all are used at that time. It will be used in this, and rest of the digested food, okay, what happens? If it is not used by the body, it is stored in the body of the and it in the body in the form of what? Glycogen. It is stored in the form of glycogen in the body, the extra digested food material. Okay, now after the digestion has taken place in small intestine, what happens? The undigested food moves to the large intestine. Okay, in the second video I have said you that. Okay, in that, what happens? The food is in totally liquid form, and here in the large intestine, what happens? Absorption of excess of water takes place. Okay, and now the food is turned into what? Semi-solid form. It is stored in what? Rectum, and time to time it is defecated or adjusted out through the anus. Okay, so this is total about what? The nutrition in animals. Okay. Hope so you would have understood it. Good day. Take care.